Hello,
Hello
everybody.
again.
Good afternoon. It's our
That's it, yeah.
episode 2.
Episode 2 of Under Our Umbrella.
Under Our
That's
Umbrella.
it, yeah.
Yeah, I hope all of you are doing really well and enjoying the good weather that we're getting here in Canterbury.
Fingers crossed it keeps that way, yeah.
Yeah, we don't know what's the weather like in the other parts of the country, but so far Canterbury.
Getting your tan on, that's it.
Amazing weather.
Yeah. Sweat on, I don't know about a tan.
Yeah.
I need a little bit of wind to go with it. You know
That's
what I mean?
it, yeah.
It's just too muggy at the moment.
Exactly, yeah. So Tim, Jax, how's been your day? I mean,
That's
your
it.
week, basically.
My week's been fun.
What is it with Tim?
Oh, so I used to be called Tim. I changed it to Jax.
Yeah.
So that's why.
no,
You're probably
Yeah.
thinking, who's this Tim guy?
Yeah, I
It's
know.
like
Yeah.
a different
I
alter
keep saying
ego.
Tim at the
My
Yeah.
mistake, guys.
That's all right.
So sorry. I'm a
Well, I
human.
don't know. I've only met you a few times.
Yeah, I met you a couple of times down here, yeah.
So, anyway, today we have got our guest, and his name is called Wayne. Welcome, Wayne.
Thanks for coming down, man.
It's all right.
Well, yeah, and for our second episode, what we're going to do, Wayne's just going to share his story about his mental health journey. So, Wayne, welcome.
Where's this going?
This is going on YouTube.
Oh, right.
Are you happy with
sure
this?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
cool, yeah. There'll
Yeah.
be certain things I don't say about my mental health then, so...
That's all right.
Yeah.
That's okay. So, Wayne,
Yes.
just give us you've been with us since when? Have you
About
been?
a month now.
A
Just
month
over a
now?
month.
Yeah. Okay. So, and you want to tell our viewers, why you're I mean, what you do here?
Well, yeah, basically I'm a volunteer cleaner. I tried getting paid jobs in other places, but because I've got a criminal record and my mental health, they won't take the risk.
Yeah.
So I heard about this place on Facebook.
Yeah.
Left it for a little bit because I weren't too sure, because I suffer from anxiety
Of
and,
course.
and
Yeah.
depression
Yeah.
and other stuff. So I've got a bit of cough at the moment. Yeah, so basically I came in, spoke to Natalie, and she gave me a chance and gave me a job.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So how are you getting on? How are you getting on with the actual role that you do?
I like it. So
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you say about the Umbrella Centre?
kind, respectful staff.
Yeah.
Take the time out to speak to people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So before you heard about it on Facebook, did you know it existed at all?
Yeah, because my partner's dad comes in here. Now and again, you probably know him, Headley.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he comes in here, so I knew about it. I've been
Yeah.
in once or twice before.
And obviously you can share as much or as little as you want, Wayne. So since when did your mental health problems start? For those of you who are just joining us, the Canterbury Umbrella, we are a charity that supports people with mental health, the lonely and isolated. So so if you don't mind sharing,
Yeah.
have you always suffered with mental health?
I have since I was young, but obviously when you're young, you don't really know
What's
going on.
Yeah.
I was diagnosed with ADHD when I was
Okay.
a kid.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know if I've still got it, but my moods go up and down, and I've been told it might be bipolar, then it's emotionally unstable personality disorder, and then it's this, and it's that.
Mm-hmm.
So personally, I've got a diagnosis of one thing, but don't think it is, if that makes sense.
Because
Yeah,
it's almost like it incorporate. Because like one condition can incorporate many other symptoms
Exactly.
of other ones, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I said, I suffer
Yeah.
from anxiety and that anyway, so that kind of muddles in, and like 1 minute I could be fine, and then next minute I could be angry or frustrated or depressed. Or,
Yeah.
So it's quite a bit of a roller coaster, really. But Nat noticed it the other day, last week I think it was, and she pulled me to one side. She went, "Everything all right?" And I was like, "I'm a bit struggling at the moment with."
Yeah.
She took her time out. She was like, "Look, my partner's on sertraline and things like this," and she started talking about what might be helpful. So I said I've got the doctors on the 21st,
Yeah.
so fingers crossed they can sort something for that. But
Yeah, and that is exactly, because if you're on some kind of medication and you feel it's not working, I would just go back to your GP. Yeah.
But I've tried so many different medications, you know what I mean? I'm actually grateful for, because obviously I said to Nat when I got interviewed, I said, "Look, I've got a criminal record, I've got this." She went, "We're not biased here,
Yeah.
we don't care. As long as you do a good job, you're not rude to clients, you're not rude to staff, get on with what
Yeah.
we tell you to do,
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
that's fine." So
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
fingers crossed it'll go on to a CV.
Yeah.
I mean, but I've got qualifications in biochemicals and industrial cleaning, so basically where Jana can't use the machines,
Yeah.
I can.
Yes.
But I've got the qualification to teach her,
Yes.
and then if somebody else, she can teach someone else.
Absolutely.
But I spoke to her the other day. She was a bit, I don't want to be teaching people. I don't like.
Yes. It's about giving. It is about give and take. And as you mentioned earlier, that we are not judgmental. I know
That's
people.
what I like, because I find it hard to come out sometimes. Like Friday, I don't know who texts me saying this is the umbrella center. We hope you're okay, because I didn't come to work Friday.
Yeah.
Because I was struggling. You know, I woke up and as you can see, I've got selfies. That's a recent one. You know what I mean? And I felt like that again. You know what I mean? So I didn't think it'd be fair if I came in here and then it all rubbed off on other people. You know what I mean? So everyone's got their own things to deal with. So
But if you're ever feeling like that and you're feeling a bit down, although you're a volunteer here, it's okay to come and just have a chat.
Sometimes I can.
Yeah, no, but sometimes.
Sometimes I can't. Even though people say, talking helps it get it out.
Yeah.
It doesn't for me. You know what I mean? I can talk about it and it'll still be bottled up. You know what I mean? And things like that. So.
Yeah.
Have you got any like coping mechanisms that you do to try to like help you whenever stuff gets like that?
I do, but I'm not going to say.
Okay,
yeah. Because I mean, you suffer from anxiety, don't you?
Well, so I've got schizoaffective disorder.
Okay.
So that's like psychosis mixed with bipolar.
Right.
And there was time like I've done self-harm myself. I used to, be smoking a cigarette and I just think I'm a piece of crap, and I just used to stub out of me. Like I've got marks on my arms, and then I used to like cut myself as well. And I did it. Do you know what? I think like self-harming at the time, I did it to try to like survive almost. Yeah. Because I didn't want to like kill myself, but I just wanted to cope.
Mine's not to kill myself. It's say like I get really angry with someone, instead of I put it as I'd rather cut myself than someone else.
Exactly. You
can't go. Well, you can because it's illegal to try and commit suicide.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, I'd rather do it to myself.
True. Yeah.
True. And then be knowing that I'm not going to jail. 100%.
You see, I've been sectioned like a couple of times in my life, and that was whenever I was like very suicidal, and the police had to step in. And but there's times whenever I have been very unwell, and I could act aggressive to people at times whenever I'm not myself. Yeah. So I think it's a fine line between, almost not being who you are. Yeah. Whenever you're unwell. Yeah. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I think in today's society we need to find out and to understand that whenever someone's unwell, they may be acting in a way that's not normal for them. Yeah. I don't know if you've had experience with that yourself.
My partner and that, you know what I mean? Because sometimes I wake up and for no reason I'm just really angry and I start like breaking ashtrays or like start shouting at the and she's like, oh, I've had enough, like done it again this morning because she smoked all the cigarettes yesterday. So obviously me thinking I can wake up, as you see I'm in the park quite early. And I have a cigarette, you know what I mean, which helps me go to work then.
Do you think like today, 2019, it is 2019, and do you think like the professionals or people, the general public, have got an understanding or knowledge about people with mental health?
When I was homeless, what me and my partner used to like was people actually stopping to talk. Like we didn't ask for money, we didn't ask for food, we don't do that, you know what I mean? We were just sitting on the streets. People say, oh, what's your story and all this. I said, well, this happened, this. And some people say, oh, yeah, we understand mental health, like some family have got it, some this have got it, some friends have got it. Yeah. But other people, they just look down their nose and like, trying.
Yeah.
You know
that's
so
awful.
Like, so there's a lot of stigma around it. You know what I mean? Some people understand it. It took a lot of my friends to a good few years to get used to me.
Yeah.
Because I've had my crazy moments and scared most of them, lost most friends, and then gone back.
Yeah, exactly.
So, And I mean, one of the main objectives why we do this is we're on a campaign of breaking stigma.
Of course, talking about it.
Yeah, and one thing of doing that is we've created this platform so that anyone can come and have a conversation about it.
Exactly.
So hopefully people that are going to hear this podcast today, at least if it could save someone's life, or if it could educate a family member or a carer who is trying to put their mind around what's going on with their child, friend, husband, spouse, whatever it is. That's the reason why we are doing it.
Of course, yeah.
What are your thoughts about how people's views on mental health today?
Well, I just want to jump in there whenever you said that, obviously you suffer with mental health and you were homeless at a stage. I think I couldn't imagine what it must feel like, or to live in that reality where you know, you're on the street and at the same time you've got this condition. You're like,
I've kind of
you know.
grew up used to it really. Throughout half my life, I was in care and that, and used to run away, be on the streets, like my own fault, not my fault. So I've kind of got used to it now. I'm 34, you know what I mean. I've been doing it since I was 11, 12. Children's homes, I was abused by children's homes, foster parents, all that, you know what I mean. So kind of edges on to you like, well, they don't give a shit, you know what I mean. So kind of learn how to build yourself up. And deal with it as it comes. Sometimes you lose people, sometimes
exactly.
Around,
I think like in life, like the people that stick by you through not just the good times but the bad times, they're the ones that I would call a true friend.
But they say you can only count your true friends on one hand.
I would agree with you on that, mate. I would, you know. And like I met like my partner in this umbrella center, and you know we met each other whenever we were both going through bloody hard times in our life. Like I'm not going to say much about Lily's story, but mine was, you know, I was addicted to drugs. I was taking them every day, and even though I was coming to Umbrella Center, sometimes I would be still on the drugs that I was taking. But they never turned me away. Like I wouldn't act aggressive on it, but I did it as a form of almost like therapy or
release,
that's it, like self-medication, you know, because I just felt like I was not going anywhere with my life, you know, and I think it's a good thing to be open and honest about these things, you know,
and I remember the first day you came, you came at around 11 o'clock and you sat on the floor until 4 o'clock when we closed.
I honestly can't remember that, but I was so unwell at the time, you know.
You did.
You know.
And then you started coming, but you could only come and sit in the office. You know, then slowly, you kind of like almost took the steps out of the office.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, and started playing pool, and slowly you started to make friends.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that is the beauty of the centre, is that A, no one is judged, B, no one's turned away to whatever stage of your mental health journey is. Obviously we're not clinical, we just offer social support. Do you know what I mean? We're all human beings.
We all have faults, if it's mental health or like general health or whatever, you know what I mean? Like everyone has their annoying bits, don't they? You know what I mean? As they say.
So from your point of view, actually both of you, what do you think today, 2019, people should know or do to kind of slowly remove that stigma away from mental health? People, you know, are almost like afraid to talk about it.
I used to get angry really quickly. Hence why I used to go to jail for fighting and carrying knives and things like that. But now it takes a lot to actually get me like that. You know, like when.
Do you find that medication kind of help whenever you become a bit aggressive? Or
I've been on loads of medication, and for some reason it doesn't seem to do anything. Like it might help for a week, and then it just stops, and it's just back to square one again.
Because there was a time whenever I was on fluoxetine, so that's Prozac, and it made me so aggressive towards people until it took my body. My body took a while to adjust to it, but it made me very aggressive as a person.
I know a couple of people that took that, and they became more aggressive than what they was.
That's definitely what happened to me.
Yeah, so you know, I've heard some bad things about that, so I won't go.
Well, I mix mine with olanzapine, so olanzapine's it puts me out to sleep basically.
I'm on Seroquel at the moment.
Oh, are you?
Quetiapine, 300 mils. But like I said, you take it at night. I said to the doctor, why take it at night? Because you're going to sleep next morning. She went, but it's slow release, so we're going through your body. Then I was like,
does it help you go to sleep taking that medication?
Yeah, I'll take one of them when I'm gone within half an hour.
Same here with olanzapine.
But I wake up with cotton mouth, you know what I mean? It's just like, I feel horrible. But.
So did you get help here from Laurel House or what?
Laurel House turned me away.
They turned me away too. That's why I had to go to the GP.
So that's interesting. So why were you turned away?
I was turned away because he said there's nothing they can do to help me.
Same.
That's basically it, and I don't understand why. You know, I haven't seen a psychiatrist in almost 3 years now. Like I see people at my GP surgery, and my surgery is fantastic. It's the one UKC up the hill.
Yeah.
But literally, the psychiatrists at Laurel House, they don't want anything to do with me. It's as if they just want to forget you even exist.
Unless you're on the injections every month, they're not really. Or you've been to St Martin's constantly, regularly. They're not really that bothered. You know.
They're not, because as soon as you have the crisis team, you get discharged to, is it called secondary, which is Laurel House?
I'm not too sure because I've never been sectioned.
You never been sectioned?
No.
So a hypothetical question for you. If you were in a position of power and you say, right, okay, I'm in this position of power. What would I do to make it better for mental health sufferers today?
I don't know, there's so much you can try and do, like with charities here and other places, but it's if people want to try and get over that stigma about it and get to know more about it, but it's just, that's quite a hard question. That is actually quite a hard question. If I was in power, then I'd put money into places like this and other charities that help with mental health and
definitely
see how they go. And if there's a development, like improvement, let's say here compared to another place, then I'd put more money here, so you get more things to do, like outings and things like that. I'd pay for the outings, so anything that you collect from them for the travel and that, like, it goes towards the charity. You know what I mean? So
well, like now we're talking about charity, but I'm thinking to myself, something that would help people with mental health conditions would be, you know, the way we've got PIP. So people who, it's usually awarded for people that have like a physical disability or difficulty, but mental health, it seems like there's
silent illness, isn't it? That's
exactly. Like I think people that assess someone to try to help them financially, they don't see them as having a difficulty at all. Because if you're on your medication, you're doing fine. That's one thing whenever they're assessing you, but whenever you're really unwell, like that can be so detrimental to your health. You know.
So I've seen it's like mental health is a silent illness. Nobody notices until it all goes P-tong, basically.
Yeah, true, man.
And then they're sitting there going, "Oh, what's it been comfortable? What's he doing this for?" And it's like, well, I've been telling you, it's been building.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, I had a mental health breakdown last year. I went back to jail because I was in Craddock with Porchlight, and they didn't do nothing to help me. You know what I mean? I was self-harming, and they basically got me banned from the building for a year and kicked out of Porchlight.
But I don't understand why someone, like, obviously you suffering from mental health, why would they put you inside a prison? That's the one thing I don't get, is why do you not get the support and the help in the community? You know,
I got a little bit more help in jail, believe it or not, than I have ever out here.
Seriously.
Really?
It was only because I had my mental health breakdown last year, about October, I think it was. Went into the healthcare down in the prison, didn't eat for a month because where I was used to being on the streets and that. I pulled the mattress off the bed, put it by the door, and was sleeping on the floor. And they was like, "What are you doing that for?" I was like, "Just leave me alone." You know, I didn't eat for a month, didn't drink water or nothing for a month. Saw the psychiatrist. He was like, "I can't see you like that." You know what I mean? Like, I can't have.
That's terrible,
an
man.
interview with you while you're like that. It was only because she come up and visit me that I started eating and drinking water again. And
did you find that, because I've whenever I've been sectioned before, or whenever because I've been in a police cell myself, and that's whenever I've been like really mentally unwell. But I find being confined in a space like that makes me act worse. Like I would literally be like banging my head off against the walls, punching things in the cell and stuff.
Last time I was punching the walls and all that lot. I went out in the yard and got a bit of glass or something, started scraping my arm. They just turned the lights off on me. Seriously?
Oh my god,
man.
Turned
the lights off. It took 8 of them to get me on the prison bus to go to the prison, because I was just fighting all of them, you know what I mean?
True.
But so.
I mean, confining someone in a small space that has something like either like psychosis, schizophrenia, or even, you know, major depression, being locked up in that environment, you could easily do something to yourself.
As soon as I went to the jail, I refused to locate and things, so they put me down the seg, and I literally, like, as soon as they shut the door, I hung myself, basically. It was only because he can't, like, they checked, and they was like, he's doing this, that, and that's why I ended up in the healthcare down there. So I mean, I have good days and I have bad days, and
Do you reckon, though, like today, that if we create like a platform like this one, the podcast, would help? Because you do not know, there is someone somewhere locked up in a darkened room, and they'll listen to this. Do you know what I mean? Who has got no one? They've completely shut themselves off from the world, as you know.
I've been there, so I know what it's like.
Exactly. So creating platforms like this is one way of doing it. Creating platforms like this where we can have this nice discussion about mental health is educating people, because I think one way of changing people's perceptions around about anything is educating them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Unfortunately, you can't get every single member of the general public and take them to say, you've got to learn about mental health. But this is a way of talking about
I think everyone
mental
should learn about mental health because it's a common thing these days.
Definitely.
Like, compared to back in the 60s or things like if you had mental health, it kind of got brushed aside. Like, don't know what that
You
is.
know,
You know what I
now.
mean? But these days it's so common, it's everywhere. Then I think in schools they should teach about mental health or like disabilities like autism and things like that. You know what I mean? So I think it should be told from a young age. Like,
true.
This is what they say. If you see someone acting sick or like this and that, go and speak to them. Don't be afraid. Like unless you
don't judge them as well.
Yes.
Unless they're brandishing a knife or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
if someone's sitting there rocking or like doing something with their hand or whatever, self-harming, take your time out and go and talk to them.
Yeah.
Because that talk might
Might just help.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Might help save a life. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's it.
So basically, to summarize, how are you now in your mental health journey today?
And
what's
50,
helped?
50,
50.
This has helped. Gives me a purpose of getting up in the mornings. Keep myself busy.
That's very important.
A nice
to have
lunch,
a reason to get
lunch
up.
every day. You know what I mean? I said before, I was just laying in bed all day, going up the allotment, sleeping up there, not doing much. And, You know what I mean? But now I'm a bit more active. Gives me, like I say, I wake up at 6 o'clock every morning, so gives me an hour to wake up. I'm here by 7:30. About 7:45, I come in.
Yeah.
And that's my day starting. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
There you are.
Yeah. Exactly.
Too busy to think of anything else.
Well, exactly, and I think getting up and having a purpose. In life,
definitely. That's so
people
important.
Forget that.
It is.
You know, and also another thing, like the general public to know that you need to give people like Wayne a chance.
Of course.
Despite what their history is, because if we don't give them a chance, it's almost like saying that you've written that person off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It says giving people chances.
It's like the same stigma about people being to jail if you've got a criminal record. People look at that when you go for a job like, nope. You know what I mean? So I went for a job at Big Sainsbury's. They had my hours all counted out. And then they said, have you got any convictions spent or unspent? I was like, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I have. She looked at me, nope. I was like, hang on, mate. You just counted out my hours in front of me, over 26 hours a week in front of me. And now you're saying no because of that. The stigma, isn't it?
Yeah, it is stigma. But slowly we're doing it. We're breaking that stigma.
That's it, yeah.
We're breaking that stigma.
Yeah.
Is there anything final thoughts you'd like to share? Yeah?
I would just like to ask, if there's someone listening to this, what's like one piece of advice you give someone that is similar to your situation?
If times are hard, try and talk to a family member, a friend. If you can't do that, then there's like telephone numbers you can phone, speak confidentially, or pop into this centre, the Umbrella Centre. People here will take time out to speak to you. You know what I mean? There's other people with mental health and other disabilities, so they can take it from both sides. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it.
So I'd like to say thank you very much,
for that.
Wayne,
Yeah, cheers,
for
buddy.
coming
Thank
in.
you.
Really, really appreciate it.
No worries.
Again, here's our fighting stigma.
That's it. Yeah,
And
yeah.
to all our audience out there that are listening to our podcast, and if you are suffering, please contact us at the Umbrella Centre or check out our website, which is www.canterburyumbrella.co.uk, or call us on 01227 767 660. Thank you for listening.